Boy, some great work on top by Jeff Ratliff to put that one away.
For people not in the know, and I don't think anybody watching this broadcast is not in the know, when you're on the bottom and you're fighting off those tight waist tilts, marathon runners may not go through the anguish that you are as far as fatigue goes. You burn up a lot of calories fighting that off.
Well, very interesting matchup we have here at 130 pounds. Two wrestlers who are national prep champions this year. In the green and silver, Joe Clarke from the Westminster School in Atlanta, Georgia. Not only a national prep champ this year and voted the outstanding wrestler in the national prep championships, but also a three-time Georgia state champion in the Class 2A. He'll be going against, in the dark blue singlet with the gold, Foley Dowd from the Petty School in Hightstown, New Jersey. Dowd, a resident of Howell, New Jersey, over there near the Jersey Shore, and he a two-time national prep champion. Clarke, the 130-pound prep champion, Dowd, the 135-pound national prep champion. This should be quite a match. And Foley Dowd with the first good offensive shot, and a nice counter by Clarke to avoid giving up points, grabbing that ankle and trying to roll through. No points yet.
What Joe Clarke is doing is what I witnessed a lot of in the NCAAs. I witnessed great initial takedowns and guys just diving back into either the crotch or the ankles and either stalemating or actually taking the guy up over the top, scooting with the legs in and getting two, as Joe Clarke just showed.
And Tony Phillips giving 2 points to Joe Clarke here. He has the 2-0 lead off that scramble here early. Fred Ambrose, our other co-head official, is the assistant. 1:10 left here in the first, and a nice flurry to start things off.
That's a double-edged knife. When you take that deep shot, you're finishing, everything's looking beautiful, and in your mind, you're there. And next thing you know, you have somebody diving in your crotch, and you're still feeling good about yourself. And then about 15 seconds later, you were taken down. That hurts.
Dowd starting again on the bottom. 1:04 left here in the first period. And Joe Clarke in the green and silver from the Westminster School in Atlanta, one of two Georgia finalists we'll be seeing in this tournament, working tough on top with that tight waist and a 2-0 lead. Under 50 seconds left to go, 48 to be exact, as they go off the edge, and Tony Phillips will bring him back for a fresh start.
Joe Clarke, nothing fancy on top, basically pulling out a one-on-one in crotch and keeping Foley Dowd's head on the mat. When your head's on the mat, it's very, very difficult to generate offense, and that's always a theme of a lot of wrestlers and coaches. Nice cut through for one.
Dowd gets the escape. It's 2-1 as they go off the edge. 37 seconds left here in the first period. Dowd able to spin around and face Clarke for the loss of control. 30 seconds left to go here in the first period, and Clarke again in on the legs of Foley Dowd, trying to finish that double, and he does.
Joe Clarke has deceptional speed. I mean, you know, he's playing, he's standing in front of you. Next thing he knows, he just drops the bottom out. He lowers his level, he takes off, and he's turning the corner on you before you're reacting.
So early on here, as we tick down the final 10 seconds of the first period, 9 left to go, as Tony Phillips brings him back for a fresh start, and Joe Clarke with 2 takedowns here, the 130-pound national prep champ out in front of the 135-pound national prep champ here early. Dowd tries the stand-up. Clarke brings him right back down. Under 5 seconds left to go here in the first period, and Joe Clarke of the Westminster School in Atlanta will take a 4-1 lead into period number 2. The choice goes to Dowd. He defers, and Clarke will take the bottom position to start the second period. Already 2 championships won by Joe Clarke here this year as Dowd lets him up for the escape. 5-1. the state championship in Georgia, the national prep championship. He's trying to make it 3 here in a very short space of time, but a nice drag and spin behind by Foley Dowd gets him his first takedown of the match. He lets Clarke go for the escape. It's 5-3. No, apparently not. No escape given yet, but Foley Dowd has indicated the optional start, and he'll give one here. 6-3 now the score. And now in on the single for Foley Dowd. And that same nice little roll to the ankle. Sort of a Brands roll, I guess you'd say.
Yeah, and the Waller roll, Brands roll, we got a lot of them out there. Once again, characteristic of some new ideas that are happening in today's wrestling.
Unbelievable the defense you see from these wrestlers. 20 years ago, that shot would have scored.
Scored and scored and scored again. You'd win national titles with that shot.
Under a minute 20 left here in the second period. And another leg shot by Foley Dowd. Nothing yet, but now Dowd does have the 2, says Tony Phillips, and it's 6-5.
It's a matter of the establishment of the position, and although you do have that little bit of ankle and things are looking like, gee, maybe I shouldn't get, that's nice right there.
Oh, look at this right here.
Right to a shot. Split to 2.
Nothing yet, but very close to a loss of control, and now the reversal given by Tony Phillips. 8-5, and as Joe Clarke regains his 3-point lead. He's shown an ability, Ed, to score for more positions in this match than Foley Dowd has so far.
Left, right, underneath, defense, offense.
39 seconds left here in the second period. And Clarke back on top, back up by 3. As Dowd with the stand-up, Clarke again brings him back down. 30 seconds left to go.
30 seconds to go. This is where Dowd is going to have to score. He's got to, if he can cut through here and get one, it's very important to walk away each period on top, it's referred to as, where you scored before that period ends. That means a lot.
21 seconds left here in the second period, and Joe Clarke has been very, very tough on top for the most part in this match.
Absolutely.
The 130-pound championship match of the 10th annual National High School Wrestling Championships. Again, Foley Dowd stands up. Again, Joe Clarke brings him back down as we tick under 10 seconds.
It's something.
And a stall warning by Tony Phillips against Joe Clarke.
A lot of movement.
8 seconds left here in the second period. And a false start called against Foley Dowd. They'll try it again.
It's funny to watch, not funny, but it's really a pleasure to watch Joe Clarke or any good wrestler make adjustments as the match goes on. Foley Dowd balled up earlier, just blew out on a short inside stand-up, cut through, scored 1. Clarke makes the adjustment, hugs hips, sinks down, no more stand-up.
1 period left to go, and Foley Dowd with the choice. His coach is telling him maybe to take neutral, but Dowd is going to try and get the point for the escape, and we'll see how Joe Clarke handles this.
I'll go with the neutral call. I agree with the coaches. Joe Clarke is getting a little bit stronger and feel a little more comfortable about himself on top.
He's been very tough on top this entire match, even though he was warned for stalling near the end of the second period, and Dowd wasn't able to get out there in the first 9 seconds of the third. And now we have a caution against Clarke, each wrestler with 1 now.
Yeah, he kind of sank into his set a little bit and did a little pull.
Once again, Dowd tries the stand-up, and once again, he's unsuccessful at gaining the escape as Clarke again brings him back down.
Maybe Foley Dowd is going to make dummy. Real nice. Real
there
nice.
It is.
Sweet.
Setting
oh, my
up.
God. And he's pulling him in. He's pulling him in. He's strong enough. He's got position.
Now he's getting a count.
Did he get a 1 or 2 count there?
He did get a 2 count, and Foley Dowd is going to take his first lead of the match. He was able to get that hand and the high crotch trap and get the reversal for 2 and 2. You would have to think with the 9-8, minute 21 left here in the match, you would have to think that Dowd will probably release him right here and try and work again on the feet, but it's going to be a brand new match.
I'm going to give up on the thinking end of this match already, Rob. I would have had him neutral earlier, and naturally I was wrong.
Dowd does give the optional start indication, and he does let him go. Brand new match, 9-9. Dowd in again on that single on the left side. You could see how strong he is. He just, didn't look like he had a grip at all and was able to move Clarke around.
Foley Dowd has refocused. And there goes Clarke with a nice high crotch. Finish to a double, fishing for a head.
How about that? Boy, you thought, just when you thought Dowd was back into this match, Clarke really got in deep on that high crotch, and he leads 11-9, a minute 3 left to go.
You talk about conditioning and everything it takes when you're shooting your takedowns. I mean, he went high crotch, cut double, and immediately fished for the head. Forget about the score. He was still head hunting.
And Dowd with the whizzer trying to work for a loss of control there, but off the edge, and 56 seconds left to go now. Clarke has regained the lead with that nice high crotch takedown, 11-9, and again he brings Dowd back to the mat pretty easily. Working underneath the arms there as they come off the edge. 49 seconds left to go.
If this was a horse race, we'd all be on our feet right now chanting in the champion. My God. You think you have it down and then it just turns around on you.
Well, what will Foley Dowd be able to give us in these final 49 seconds? Clarke breaks him back down right away. Now Dowd does stand up for the escape. It's 11-10.
Oh, he bull rushed right into a single, and there goes Clarke back with his funk.
Clarke
is trying to step in the legs. We got 2. He's got legs in.
Dowd with the legs in. It's 11-10, 12-11, 25 seconds left, and now Dowd trying to ride it out. We'll have to see what happens.
Okay.
And stalemate called by Tony Phillips. 17 seconds left to go. We could be in for one heck of a finish.
I don't think, if I'm not mistaken, Foley Dowd even attempted to ride Joe Clarke at all this match. I think he cut him every time. Now forced to ride a little bit. Let's see what he's got.
With the stand up. Under 15 seconds left to go. Dowd hanging on the legs.
This could be ugly.
Nope. Tony Phillips doesn't like that. He gives the stall penalty, and now it's tied. You can see right away that Dowd did not attempt to work up past the knees, and Tony Phillips said right away, well, now, that's right, it is only a warning. That's the first warning on Dowd. We'll see now if Clarke can get free here in 9 seconds.
Attempted Granby.
Doesn't work that
Dowd
time.
reacting, has the arm in. Another Granby.
And nothing there. And Foley Dowd comes from behind to win 12-11 with, again, some great riding off the last takedown.
Wow, is that worth the price of admission? My God.
Losing practically the whole way in the match, Foley Dowd is the 130-pound high school champion, and here's Ken Chertow with him now.
Congratulations, Foley. You're down 8-5 heading into the third period. Coaches wanted you on your feet. You chose bottom. What was going through your head then?
I knew that one point would be important later in the match, and I knew I had to win it on my feet, so I was a little nervous because I wasn't completely dominant on my feet, so I figured I'd need that on bottom.
You got it down. You caught up. You're 15 seconds to go. You had to ride him out. What were you looking for on top there?
Well, I knew he was good with rolls and everything, so I wanted to try and control his legs and, just make sure I didn't have it and then just let it go at the end.
Great job. That was an awesome match. Some wild scrambling out there. Congratulations.